Morning, morning, Friday.
Woohoo. Good morning.
Good morning, Friday. This week, honestly, was like, I don't even know. Like, it wasn't,
Flew
it,
by.
it flew by. Oh, Jenny looks so nice with your hair down. It
Mhm.
was, it felt very just, I don't even know. Like, like usually I'm pretty like structured. This week, I felt like I was just doing whatever,
Flowing
whenever.
around.
Spontaneity.
What do you say, Courtney?
I said just flowing around, like there was.
Just flowing around.
Mhm.
Yeah, aimlessly.
Like wherever the wind blew you.
Literally, because
Yeah.
it's just so cold out. So like even my regular like walking routine is off. So I was just like, whatever. Like
Yeah.
um, which
No, as Dua Lipa would say, new rules.
that is literally that was my daughter and I's morning theme song for like a
Was
month.
it
Like
really?
she loves Dua Lipa. So I was like, I first I didn't like it because I was like the beat's kind of off. But then now I was like, okay, I can get down with this. Yeah, but that was our song for
It's a
like
good it's a good breakup song too, I think.
it's a good that's why I don't listen to too many female artists I notice because they sing about breaking up so much. I'm like, I don't want to be I'm calling in love. I don't want to be singing about breakups. Like it is, are you playing it? There you go, get your energy
Yes.
up. This is on point for this morning. I love it. I'm actually gonna, it's so funny because I was thinking about starting with music because we're talking about energy. So for you to like start with a song right now is just so like on point. I was like, what music should we start with? And I was like, we only got 20 minutes.
But
We've been
is
over.
this the song? Oh, I don't know if it's the song, but anyway.
But I mean, the energy gets you up.
Yeah.
So that's what's important. Okay, shut it off because we have to start.
Okay.
Okay, everybody's here. Morning, morning, morning. So today we are going to today's our last day. So I'm really glad that all of you stayed. At least I know that you were kind of in and out, but still so happy to see you, happy to be here. And honestly, just give yourselves a huge pat on the back for like showing up for yourselves these 5 days because that's just amazing. So really happy that everybody was able to be here. Love it so much. And today we're going to focus on elevating our energy. And I like to look at energy as a healing hack. Like it really is a healing hack because when it comes to our energy is really, I like to say our emotions are energy in motion. And so when we get caught up in the stories of like our thoughts and our emotions, so we get caught up in like, the stories of our feelings of like sadness makes me weak or anger makes me bad, or we just straight up want to avoid feeling the labels of those feelings of like jealousy, even jealousy, we're like, this is making me a bad person. We have so much labels around our emotions that we avoid them because of how we're labeling them. And then we have so much sort of negative relationship with our thoughts, especially if our thoughts are negatively speaking to us. And then we avoid our thoughts as well. So we're just like, I don't want to pay attention to these things because they don't feel good. And the way that we can kind of get around that is through energy, because energy really focuses on sensation. And there's not really a label that we're putting to it. We're just moving with the sensations that we're feeling. And a lot of the point of it is to release the tension so that we can create and allow the flow. And then when we kind of do that allowing of the flow and that clearing out, then we replenish with a more aligned energy. So one thing that we do a lot of, let's say when we're emoting through crying, is that we are sort of clearing space. But then as we're clearing that space, number one, we're probably also then speaking very negatively to ourselves. So when we're crying, we're probably like, nothing's working out for me. Everything sucks. Our thoughts are also very sad. So we're actually just like reinforcing this sadness while we're doing that, number one. But number two, when we cry and we emote, we then leave that like empty space that we've cleared empty. And then it ends up just filling back up with more negative thoughts and emotions because that's our sort of dominant vibration at that time. So what we actually want to do when we release in any way is very intentionally replenish with a more positive vibration. So we want to then watch a funny movie or bring in a breath of love or a breath of laughter or something like that. So this is when we heal on the energy level, it really allows us to remove the story that we're telling ourselves, which is takes the healing up a notch. And okay, let me look at my notes to make sure I'm on track. Yeah, okay. Energy and motion. Um, yes, when we focus energetically, there's less resistance to healing because we're focused on the sensation and not on the label. Okay, so that is really the part that's important, is because and I'm going to take us through a breath work to really get an idea of how this feels. And the thing I love about both energy and breath, because when we are healing our energy and clearing our energy, we are doing it with breath. And breath is so accessible that you don't actually really need anything extra. Like you don't need an extra tool to be doing and clearing your energy out with your breath, because that is our most powerful tool, honestly, is our breath. Breath is life. Like there's nothing really more powerful as a healing tool than the flow of life through your body. And so this is why I love this as a hack, because anybody can do it, especially when you have the information around the releasing and the replenishing, because I think a lot of people do a form of releasing, but then when we have an empty space that we don't intentionally fill with a higher vibration, it gets filled with our more dominant vibration yet again. And so it's the releasing and the replenishing. Another thing that's very important is that when we feel a feeling that we don't like, we tighten. And when we're like gonna cry, we're like, and we don't want to cry. I see clients all the time, they're about to cry and they hold their tear ducts. I'm like, no, let that flow, let that out. But we're like sad, I tighten. We're angry, we tighten. And what this actually does is it traps the energy. It actually traps the emotion. And so when we're working energetically, we allow that to open up and it allows it to disperse and clear out. And then we bring in a new, cleaner, fresher, more aligned feeling. The reason why this is important is because when we are avoiding our emotions, we are avoiding what's on the other side of it. So if we want success and we're avoiding feeling failure, then we're avoiding success. If we want love, but we're avoiding feeling hurt, then we avoid love. And it's important because we're labeling the hurt and the failure. That's why we're avoiding it. But if we're like, there's a tightness in my body in this area when I think about this thing, and we just be with the tightness and we just release it as a sensation and not as a label, it actually allows us to move it a lot more easily. Is that making sense so far? So I really want us to see energy healing as a hack. It bypasses the story, it bypasses the tale that we're telling ourselves, and allows us to just engage sensationally. So this is what we're going to learn how to do today. Let me see. So again, the key is to release and replenish. So we want to, this is so important when we were in Tulum, because I was noticing this myself. And then when I was in Tulum with my friend in October, we did some Kundalini, and the Kundalini yoga teacher who was there was saying it's so important after we release to replenish. And I was like, I've been saying this. And so I was like, this is like super aligned, that we want to clear out and replace. Okay. So I'm going to show us here the vibrational scale, because this to me really helps me to understand where I'm vibrating at and like how far it is from what I want. Because in order to attract what we want in our lives, we want to be able to match the frequency of it. We were saying yesterday, the universe speaks in energy and the physical world speaks in action. So we want to be aligning our energy and our action with what it is that we want. And these are literally the two hacks. If we can align our energy and we can align our action, we are moving towards what we want. So I'm going to show this scale so you can really see like where we're at and how far it is from where we like energetically. I mean, on the scale, but it is not difficult to go like this. Okay. So our joy, empowerment, freedom, love, passion, enthusiasm, these things, hopefulness, these things are all vibrating high. But when we're in this fear, for example, which a lot of us are in, this is one of the lowest vibrations. Guilt is one of the lowest vibrations. I hear guilt so much, and it's such a low vibration. Like you are so out of alignment with what you're wanting when you're vibrating in fear, in powerlessness, in victim. in guilt. And so even if we can just get higher up the scale, even anger is a better emotion to feel than sadness. But most people are more comfortable in sadness, so they'll go back down into their depression, back down into their sadness. But even if you can get up to anger, up to these other ones, up to these other places, then you can rise up the vibrational scale. So this is kind of how I like to just honestly remove any. I'd make it very observer-like. Where am I at? Where do I want to be? As opposed to really claiming I am depressed. I am angry. I'm like, okay, anger is in my body right now. How do I move it through? And I'm not attaching to the story of the anger as I am this. It's present in me. And how do I process it to rise up is really what we want to look at it as. So this I like to use very objectively. I like to engage with my energies or emotions that are not aligned very objectively, where it's like, this thing is here. How do I move through it versus I am this thing, if that makes sense. But I find this helpful. If you want to take a screenshot, or I can even just put it in the email as well, just to really see, okay, where am I at? Oh, I'm vibrating way down here. Okay, let me elevate my energy today using an energy practice. And not so much attaching yourself to I am depressed, I am afraid, I'm vibrating in depression. Let me use an energy practice to raise my vibration is really how we want to look at it. Okay, any thoughts or questions on that? The observer piece is very important to help us not I am something that we don't want to claim. I don't want to claim that I am angry, I am depressed. I don't want to claim those things. I want to observe them and notice them, but I don't want to identify as it. So when we are observing, interesting, there's a vibration of depression here. Let me do one of my energetic things to move up. I already have some of my own thoughts on depression. I can just say them very quickly because I think it's really important. The depression, the way that I look at it, I was saying in the first I think the first day that I'm a super word nerd, I like to look at things like what the word actually is saying. And depression means to push down. And so when we are depressed, what is actually happening is that we are depressing, we are pushing something down. And when we can sort of identify what that is that we are pushing down and we can bring it up. So the expression of whatever we are depressing is actually how we move through depression. And so I find this with clients all the time. As soon as I feel or hear someone say depressed, I can feel that energy. And then we start to lift it either by them speaking from I'm depressed because and allowing it to rise up. And it literally lightens your feeling. You're like, oh my God, I feel so much better because I'm no longer pushing down. I'm no longer depressing something. I've expressed it. So I know the medical field has made depression like a clinical diagnosis that seems very extreme, but it is just extreme versions of pushing down. And so that's how we kind of deal with a depression, again, on an energetic level, not looking at it as a problem or something that I am, but energetically, this is where I'm vibrating. How do we move it up? Okay. Any thoughts before we go into our activity? Thoughts? Questions? Everyone's getting it? Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Okay. I'm kind of trying to again, read the room. I have a few ideas for activities. Okay. Let's do this first. Because I think Jenny's music got me vibing higher than I was when I started. So, okay. So let's do this activities. I want us all to stand up. And we're going to, I did this at my vision board party at the start. We're going to just move very, 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 very quickly. Like literally just move, like as quickly as you can. And then we'll follow my instruction from there. But we're going to do about 1 minute of just or maybe 20 seconds of just very fast movement. Okay. So everyone, I just want you all up. Yes, baby can join us in this. And those off-camera folks. Okay, so we're gonna do 20 seconds of just move. Just move, 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 move. As fast as you can, all your body move. Move, 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 move. All your movement, all your movement, all your movement. Okay, move, move, move. 2 more seconds. Move, 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 move. Okay, and then stop. Full stop. And as you're just in this full stop, I want you to feel the energy around you, the energy in your hands, the energy in your body. Just feel how the energy is spinning, what direction it's spinning in. Notice the energy in your ears, if there's a buzzing, if there's energy in your hands, your fingertips. Just really notice how the energy continues to move around you. Notice the direction, the flow. Take a breath in. And exhale. And just really feel, notice the energy. Perhaps you feel your body swaying. Perhaps you're still. And just breathe in again. And drop your shoulders, exhale. And then you can come back to your seat, come back to your place. How was that? Were you able to notice the energy moving from the chaos to the immediate calm? Did you feel any spiraling, any buzzing?
I could really feel it like towards this middle, like after we were kind of done and we did a little bit more breath work. I could feel it in my hands. At first, I could really feel it in my feet, but then like when you did the now exhale, I could really feel it like in my chest, but mainly like I could feel it kind of like moving down to my hands and at the soles of my feet as well.
Love that. I know I could really feel it in my hands too. That's why I was like, do you feel it in your hands? Because my hands were tingling so much.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Anyone else? This is really a good way for us to know what I'm referring to when I say energy. When we're like, oh, my daughter the other day was like, teach me Reiki. And I was like, okay, I don't really know. And I was just like, rub your hands together and like, what do you feel? She's like, it's tingling. I'm like, yes, that's the energy, you know? So like just really to understand what we're even referring to when we say energy, I think this exercise is a good way of kind of noticing that. Sandeep, you came on camera. Did you have something you want to add?
Yeah, I have a doubts. Like I did feel something moving. But my doubt is that when we do a lot of motions, is it the blood flow from inside? If that is making the sensation, or it's the energy outside?
And so we want to, I mean, if you noticed your blood flow, that's one thing. That's why I say take a breath because it kind of centers the heart a little bit. If your heart's like, beating quickly, obviously, because we just did movement. And one thing I like is that the noticing of the energy is sort of around you, if that makes sense, not necessarily inside you. Maybe that's how it is, shows up for me anyways. When I notice it, I kind of notice like a spinning happening like around me. And then I notice it like in my hands, mainly in my hands for me, but I can really feel like the energy around me, if that makes sense. So I think it's however you are interacting with it. But I would say do it again, do it when you're outside. Outside is so beautiful because you can really feel the energy around you when you are outside. So I would say maybe try it when you're walking your dog, try like, moving very quickly and then just suddenly stopping and then just really feeling the swirl. That's kind of what we want to feel is that like that swirl or that movement, that shifting, that flow. That's what we're looking
Oh
for.
yeah, I felt the movement was like the infinity symbol.
Perfect. See, exactly. There you go. Which is not your blood's not flowing like this. So like
Yeah.
that's definitely not your blood flow, right? So yeah, I love that. Very good. Everyone has a different experience. Like when we did the vision board, mine was very much moving to the left, which was for me very kind of ex like where I am moving right now, which is more to my feminine, more to my feminine embodiment. So like it really made sense that it was left flowing. Another participant was flowing upwards, and then she ended up doing her vision board in this like sort of up and down way. So when we that practice for me is a beautiful one of like just like kind of like harnessing the energy and like really noticing like what direction it's flowing.
Can I ask a question?
Hmm.
I don't know if, sorry, if Sandeep was done, but so like my energy, I felt like when I was holding her, like when you were talking about the spiral or whatever, it was going left or like counterclockwise. And then as soon as I put her down, like it started, like I felt it more like going the other way. So is that like feminine and masculine then? Or is like,
Yeah,
what is,
left and right is definitely feminine, masculine. I did take, you are holding a baby who also has her own energy source, right? And if you are directing a lot of your attention and energy towards her, then as you're holding her, that might be where your energy is sort of magnetized. And then you put her down and it can kind of move a little bit differently. I know when I t went to get my dog and I went to go get our auras read together. She just happened to be with me and they were like, just put you both in the photo. And I can put the photo in the email as well. And she had her own aura and her own channel. Like it was like crazy to see in the picture that she had her own separate like channel. So your daughter has her own energy as well, right? So like the combination of you two together created a different flow than when you put her down and had your own energy. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah, it's actually super beautiful. And your daughter has a beautiful energy. So it would make sense that and babies are so I always when clients are like, I went to a psychic and she knew I was pregnant. And I'm like, that's one of the easiest energies to read because babies have such a strong energy that when I'm doing Reiki, if someone's pregnant, it's like immediately you can tell because the energy is just vibrating so potently because it's such a potent piece of energy, you know? So babies just have such a bright energy anyway, so it makes sense that it would influence your energy. Okay, lovely. Okay, so the vibe is, how are you guys feeling? My vibe is high right now. So what I was gonna do was a breath work for an emotional release, but it kind of feels like it would take the energy down a little bit. So I kind of want to do the other piece of it that I was going to do instead, which is more of a channeling energy. And then one thing I love to do when I'm doing energy work and I'm dropping through myself is I like to speak to each layer and affirm each layer. So I'm thinking that that's what we're going to do today. It's more of a channeling energy to open our channels and then to connect with the light. And we're going to drop through each of our chakras and we're going to affirm based on what that chakra is. Okay. And then I want to do another piece. So for this piece, before we go into that, if everyone could write or say one sort of thing they're proud of from this week or one thing they're grateful for from this week. Because as we're going through ourselves, we're going to then move into a piece that I want you to sort of cultivate. I want to show you how to cultivate an energy. And this is going to be part of it. So something that you're grateful for or that you're proud of from this week. And you can say it out loud and put it in the chat. We're going to go over again, guys. Sorry. And if you don't have something, that's okay. You can even say, I'm grateful for, proud of myself for showing up for these 5 days. I think that's huge. I'm proud of myself for that.
I was literally going to say that. I was going to say I'm proud of myself for showing up and like showing up for myself as well, like really putting in the work and being here and being present and taking notes and being able to use this as reference. So I'll
Yes,
go
love
back
it.
on.
100%. Let's see. Grateful for everything. I was very focused, beautiful, committing for the 5 days. I'm proud of myself for doing the work in this challenge. Love it. Like it's such like one of the most important things that I've noticed in my own healing. I remember when 4 years ago when I kind of started this journey, I it was when COVID was starting And I told myself, I'm going to be a different person on the other end of this. Like I remember saying to myself, I'm going to be a different person on the other end of whatever this is that we're going into. And that commitment to yourself is a game changer. And you being here right now for these 5 days is demonstrating a commitment to you. And it's such a strong aspect to be so committed to yourself. So everyone should be proud of yourself for that. I'm so proud of myself for my commitment to myself because it's just honestly a game changer. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to go into this. I'm going to teach you guys channel breathing, and then we're going to do some chakra breathing after we do that. And then we're going to cultivate an energy. And this is also a game changer to be able to cultivate an energy. Grateful to be able to heal my back. And for your challenge, yes, Helene, we are going to heal you. I'm going to send you some things about your back when we are done. Okay. Because I healed my back and I'm very passionate about healing backs. Okay, so if everybody wants to close their eyes, take a breath. I'm going to put a little bit of music just to get us all feeling nice and relaxed. So we're going to do a very simple breath practice. I'm going to kind of weave 3 different breath practices together. Again, this is the power of the breath to move energy, to align ourselves with the energy and the vibration of what we want. So we're going to start with a very simple breath practice. It's called channel breathing. It's a combination of different breath practices I've learned. So just starting to breathe normally. Our breath is unconscious. It just happens. It just flows. And then when we interact with it, when we start to pull it in and let it out more intentionally, we are then harnessing the power of the breath. This is what we want to do in breath work, is harness the power, intentionally interact with. So breathing in and exhaling. Pulling the breath in and letting the breath out. And then on your next inhale, you're just going to bring your attention to the top of your head. You can go maybe about an inch above your head. And then you're going to inhale, and as you pull the breath in, you're going to pull it in down through the top of your head, all the way down into your heart or into your stomach, whatever you can access better. And then exhale, pushing the breath out the base of the spine, down through, however, if you're sitting, down through your sit bones, down through your butt, down through your feet, pushing the breath out the root. And then on your next inhale, you're going to inhale up into wherever you just exhaled. So into your feet or your butt, whatever the root was. Into your heart. Hold. And exhale out the top of your head. And again, now that you've got the flow, inhaling in through the top of your head into your stomach this time. And hold. We're going to allow that new energy to move around in the sacral, to move around in the root. And exhale out the base of the spine or the feet. And then again, inhaling through the base of the spine or the feet into the heart. Holding when you get there. And exhale at the top of the head. And we're going to do one more inhale through the top of the head, all the way into the stomach. See if you can get your breath all the way down into the stomach and hold. And when you hold, see if you can feel that like new, fresh feeling of breath moving through the stomach area, through the pelvis. We don't usually breathe all the way down in here, so it's really important to bring new life and new energy, new breath into this area. And exhale out the base of the spine, out the feet. Very good. And then we're going to inhale one more time in through the base, into the heart. And hold, filling the heart with love and life. And exhale out the top of the head. And we're just going to stay here for a minute at the top of the head. And as you are here, just imagine a beautiful white light just appearing at the top of your head, a lovely white light. And as you see this light or feel this light or just will it to be there, just take a slow inhale into the top of your head, into your crown, and we're just going to breathe in here. And as you exhale, I want you to exhale as if there is a light that's exhaling out all around the top of your head. So the energy is just expanding all around the top of your head. And as you do, say, I am open to new ideas. I am open to new ideas. And on your next inhale, you're going to bring your attention down into your third eye, just between your eyebrows, breathing in. And as you exhale, exhaling out the third eye, expanding all around the head, I am open to inspiration. Noticing any color swirling around, noticing the lightness in your head. And on your next inhale, breathing in, into your throat. Exhaling out, I am open to my expression. I am open to my expression. And you can say these out loud or in your head, whatever feels good for you. Dropping your attention into your heart and breathing in. Exhaling through the front and back of the heart, all around. I am open to love. I am open to love. Very good. And now bringing your attention down into your rib cage, down into your solar plexus, breathing in. And exhaling all around your solar plexus. I am open to myself. I am open to myself. Good. And now bringing your attention down into your pelvis, down into your sacral. Breathing in. And exhale. I am open to creativity. I am open to creativity. Amazing. Now bringing your attention to the base of your spine, to your lower back, to your hips. And breathing in. And exhaling, expanding the energy all around. I am open to stability. I am open to stability. And then taking a deep breath in. Inhaling in your entire body, exhaling. And And just saying what you are proud of, saying the thing that you were proud of yourself for this week. I'm proud of my commitment to myself. And then this last piece, we're just going to bring our attention into our heart space. Breathing in. Breathing out gently and slowly, just activating the heart. If you're noticing any blocks, any tensions, anything like that, just soften. This is where we can really just bring in the releasing, the relaxing. When there's a tension, just soften around it. Dropping your shoulders, dropping your stomach, anywhere where you're feeling tension, just let it all go. Creating space, creating room for more vitality, more energy, more life, more flow, more abundance, more alignment. And then bringing your attention up to your third eye, between your eyebrows. And I want you to just see your goal completed. Envision your goal complete, the goal that you have in mind. See yourself having already done it. The song produced, the YouTube channel, the mentoring, the yoga, the acting. See yourself completing your goal. Notice how you feel. And when you have that desired feeling, just notice where you feel it in your body. The joy, the bliss, the happiness. And just smile into that feeling, making it bigger and brighter and expand it out. And again, if there's any resistance, just relaxing the body, relaxing the tension, creating more space. Emotions come, let those come naturally without judgment. Just breathing into the vision, breathing into the area of your body where you feel this energy. And then just allowing the vision to release, to fade away. And still keeping your attention at the source of that feeling in your body. Breathing into it, allowing it to expand and take up more space, moving down into your stomach, up into your throat, into your arms, into your back. Expanding that feeling. Relaxing, releasing any tension you're holding so it can take up more room. Knowing that you are the source, that you are embodying this feeling of it's already done. You are embodying the feeling of your goal. You are embodying the feeling of the version of you who already has it. Take a deep breath into that. And as you exhale, expand that energy out past your physical body. Expand that energy out past your outline of your body into the space around you, sending the message to the universe that you are a match. I am a match. I am ready. I am open. I am aligned. Exhaling. Sitting in this energy for a moment or two, really feeling how good it feels to bask in your own energy, to bask in the own energy of it's already done. And taking a deep breath in, thanking yourself, giving yourself a little nod in understanding, in recognition. I see you, I feel you. Any area of the body that feels like it needs an inhale, just give it an inhale and a slow exhale. And then begin to notice your surroundings, moving your fingers, moving your toes, moving your shoulders, coming back into your body, bringing with you the embodiment of it's already done, the embodiment of your goal already achieved, already received. And then whenever you are ready, you can slowly open your eyes, come back into the space. Take a big stretch if you need to. And if you want to come back on and just send love to everybody, to your goal, to your vision, to your dreams, to your future, to your alignment. I love you all. Thank you for being here with me over these 5 days. I'm so proud of you. And just, I really want to drive this message home. What is placed on your heart is for you. And the more that you are able to do the practice we did today, align your energy, align your thoughts, align your actions, align your beliefs, your emotions, and really just make that your focus. Anytime that you are like, I'm feeling this feeling that's out of alignment, do a practice to be in alignment. I'm feeling this energy is out of alignment, do the practice to be in alignment. That's all that that is asking of you. We do not need to fall into the story. We do not need to fall into the tale. We just need to do the alignment practice. Okay. Yay. Thank you guys so much. My heart is so full. My energy is high. And you're very welcome, Alyssa. Thank you for bringing your baby. Love your little baby. Yeah, if anyone wants to say anything before we wrap up, but I appreciate you guys always staying longer every day. I said 20 minutes, always been 40.
Just sent a video yesterday. I bumped to a video, and it's exactly what I was talking about like yesterday.
Oh, you sent it in the WhatsApp chat, right?
No, it's another one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, can you share it? Oh, you just shared it. Nice. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, and this is what, go ahead.
Yeah, you saw my I think you saw my story about like ask ChatGPT what makes people extraordinary. So it's about this video. She asked ChatGPT and she had an answer. So I did the same, but the video was like really resonating with what I was telling yesterday.
Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna watch it. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna click it right now. So if you want to, when I close this, the chat closes. So if you want to grab the video, grab it before the chat closes. But this is what I love about this stuff because it's not really an opinion. These are all just truths. And right now we are really in a time where these truths are being shared like exponentially. And for me, I'm like, I'm not going to question, universal law. I'm not going to question truth. I'm literally just going to apply them to my life and watch the changes happen. And I think that because we have been listening to our minds for so long, that when we're going to do something outside of what we've been doing, and the mind comes in with its old story. But for me, I'm like, okay, old story, what outcomes have you achieved? Like, so when we're listening to our old stories and we're overriding these truths, it's really for me a no-brainer around my old story has gotten me here. And if this is not where I want to be, then I need to have a new story. And these truths are like so widespread right now that really taking them and applying them is a game changer. We see so many examples of it. So I really believe that that is what we are meant to be doing right now. Thank you, everybody. If there's nothing else, we can end. Bye, baby.
Yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
bye, Sandeep. I miss those Roots outfits. I used to have so many of those for my daughter. They're so cute.
So cute.
The Roots outfits. Oh my God, so cute. Okay, see you guys all. Love you so much. I'm gonna
Thank
send out an
you.
email.
you.
Hopefully I want to keep supporting. So if you're like, okay, I need support on this or that or whatever, reach out to me. I'm always here. But I do want to think of something to really keep to just get more people together to keep this momentum, this energy. I find that it's so much easier to do things when we are supported in doing it. And so I'm trying to figure out something for that. That also just allows me to, because I'm also in my feminine era where I just want to flow and be easy. So something that feels easy for me to hold space for. But yeah, so I'm gonna think about that because I really want us to just honestly, by the end of this year, be like, oh my God, my life looks so different than it did at the beginning of the year in such a beautiful way. Okay. Okay. Keep your eyes out. See you guys. Love you all. Mwah. Have a great day and great weekend.
Bye.
Stay aligned. Goodbye.